All right, good morning, Bean Apple. It is week 9 officially. We are now going to break down the games that we're coming up to in the hour. A lot of injuries coming out, a lot of notifications, I should say, for who's out, and some big names. We got some big names already showing out, and some big names that are surprisingly in. So we're going to run through our normal slate. Please drop any questions that you guys have, thoughts, your outcomes of the games as we break them out yourselves. And of course, shit talk away. Have some fun as we ramp up for the games. We're not going to talk about Thursday night's game, but we'll just roll into today's
Why not?
game.
Who played?
Who
Nobody.
played? Was there a game? So there was a game. Okay.
Jonathan Taylor played.
Yeah.
Jonathan
Yes, he
Taylor
did.
played. I don't know if you guys saw
that.
that,
Is
but
the truth. Yes.
man, he went ballistic. That Jets team, you can't figure them out. I mean, 1 week the defense looks amazing. The next week they didn't even get on the bus. I'm guessing
No.
they got left at the airport. So some
Like
other guys.
Moses part in the Red Sea.
Oh,
Right?
it
Taylor
was
took the
terrible.
ball and it was wide open. Just go ahead.
Just gone. Yeah, 80 yards. Have at it. Couldn't even catch him. That was really bad. The only good thing is this offense. The Mike LaFleur offense is looking pretty good. I mean, even with the third string quarterback, he put up 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. So maybe he's kind of coming into his own a little bit. And
It's looking
interested
good
to
without
see.
Zach Wilson.
Hey,
That's what it's looking
Hey.
good without.
banned from
Just
the
going
show.
to throw it out there.
Right.
Looking
How,
great.
How
And
scary is that for Jet fans?
It looks
How scary is
the
it?
offense looks different. It's not the same offense they were running with Zach Wilson in the game. So I'm curious to see when he comes back if this continues or if it goes back. If it goes back to what it was the first couple weeks, then we're in trouble. But if they keep this fast rhythm and fast paced offense up, be interested to see what Zach can do, especially watching from the sidelines for a few weeks and watching other quarterbacks run it. Maybe that'll get into his head like, hey, I can dump it to Michael Carter and let him go for 12 yards instead of looking for the 50-yard bomb every time. So we'll see if he learns from this and grows. I mean, we'll see. All right, Alex, first question.
Good
Devontae
question.
Adams or Deontay Johnson? Maybe. I don't.
Well, what
That's-
here's the big
Can't
question.
you warm us up with give us a couple free throws here to start the morning off?
I think the big question is, what does Jordan Love do today?
Yeah,
Right?
that's
Is
the
this
unknown.
the Wally Pip, Lou Gehrig moment, right? Where he comes in and lights it up and
Yeah. He's-
shows what he's been able to do for years on the bench? Or does
Yeah.
he come in and lay an egg and they're like, yeah, that's exactly why Rodgers is starting, right?
Yeah. I
so
have
so
not-
he hasn't played a game yet, right?
no.
Love has not played a
No.
game
He's
yet.
not. He's
I
not
don't
played a
even think
game.
he's come in and mop up duty.
No, and he's going up against the arguably worst defense in football right now. So
Yeah.
very
But
good
that's-
situation.
Very good, yes. But how? I mean, is he going to look like Justin Fields' first start? Is he going to look like Trey Lance
Yeah.
when he first? I mean,
Or is he going to
what-
look like Justin Herbert?
Or right, or
Right.
is he going to come out because he does have Devontae Adams and throw dimes to him? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Right. Kenny.
And
Kenny,
you run into the
right.
same question: can you stomach benching Devontae Adams? I mean, that's
That'd be the
a hard
part.
question in
Yeah.
itself. But
Yeah, that's a tough one there. That's
I mean,
a tough one there.
if it's me though, and this is tough too because you do. I mean, it is the late game, so you could kind of. This is what I would do personally, since it's the Packers Chiefs is the late game, and the Steelers are Monday night. When the first slate of games is over, if you're getting your ass kicked, that's going to change things, right? Because you can't really risk Adams at that point. And I would go with Deontay
yeah.
Johnson, who's more solid. But I mean, if you're up big, your players are balling out, which I think, Alex, you were talking about. I don't know if this is the same league, but he also picked up Elijah Moore and started him, which I thought I was the only genius, but it turns out there's 2 of us. So he got a nice boost from Elijah Moore. But that's how I would play it. I would see how your morning goes. And if you're up big, you could roll with Adams and let him do his thing. If not, and you can't afford to put up a goose egg, I would go with Deontay Johnson.
yeah,
Personally.
yeah. I
It's the
mean,
same
it's
from play. Yep.
tough. Yeah, I mean, that's tough. That's a tough call either way.
Yeah.
I mean, Pittsburgh's going up against Chicago's D. Chicago's D always seems to play well against on primetime games. You know, I mean, that's where
Mm-hmm.
Khalil Mack. But is Khalil Mack playing tonight? I don't know. I haven't heard. I know he missed last week, so if he misses this week, I mean, what's Pittsburgh going to do the most? Probably try pounding the ball and then,
Yeah.
some passing yards. I wouldn't expect too much from Johnson, but it's hard to sit Adams, man. I don't know if I could do that just on principle alone.
Yeah. But on that, I mean, I'm looking it up real quick. Deontay Johnson has not had a game below 12 points yet this season, fantasy wise. So
And there you go.
that's what I mean. I mean, you're going to get points from him.
Yeah, but that's again with Rodgers, right? I mean, you don't know what this
No,
guy's
Deontay
gonna do.
Johnson. Yeah,
with
sorry,
Big
Deontay
Ben.
Johnson
Yeah,
and
Big
with
Ben.
Big Ben, yeah.
Sorry.
And statistically, this is by far his easiest matchup of the season. So
Yeah.
he's in a very, very good spot to really
Or so we think.
right.
so
Statistically,
we think,
he has not scored under 12, and his actually no, I take that back. I don't know what happened in week 3. Sorry, I thought I overlooked that. He put up a goose egg in week 3. Doesn't look like he played at all though. But yeah, yeah, that's hard, Alex. But that's how I would run it. See how it's going, and then make that adjustment before the late games start, depending on how bad you need it. So, all right. So let's start running through these games. Let's start off at the top here: Browns versus the Bengals. Browns are in complete disarray right now. I mean, when OBJ doesn't want to play for you, you know things are bad. So, since he's only a 2-point favorite, though. So Chubb is back. He's healthy. He kind of got the legs going last week, but they didn't really unleash him. And what's his Dearness Johnson vultured a touchdown from him, which really pissed me off. But I expect a lot bigger game this week. But I'm curious to see what the Bengals are going to do now, if they kind of got their heads back about them after that Jets whooping that they got, and if they're ready to roll. You know, you were talking about Justin bringing the team back down to earth. We'll see if they got recentered and going. But who do you like in this one, and what do you think the outcome is?
I like Cincy. They're playing at home. You know, they got beat up pretty good by the Jets, a couple weeks ago. They need to prove their worth. I see a big game. Baker doesn't look good right now.
No.
They got Chubb, so Cincy's going to have to stop Chubb, of course. And if they can stop Chubb, Baker's going to have to win, and we all know Baker has a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
He really doesn't have anybody to throw to anyways, to be quite honest. I mean,
it's Landry, and that's
it's Landry, and that's about it. So I like Cincy in this game. I think Cincy's going to put up a lot of points today. I know Cleveland's defense is good, but they're not playing that great. And Cincy at home is tough, especially this year. Cincy's a tough team, but you never know what you're going to get. Is it the catch game against the Jets, or is this going to be a duplicate performance of that? But I don't think so. I like Cincy.
Yeah, I do too. I think they go back to, you look at 2 weeks ago against the Ravens, putting up 41, right? They 34 on the Lions, 34-11. Even the Jets, they scored 31 on. They just, for whatever reason, gave up 34, right? And maybe we talked about it being a trap game. Maybe it was.
Yeah.
But I think, they're healthy. And like we talked about with Odell being out, and now he wants to play for a contender. I don't know which contender wants him. Would the Raiders go after him? Would Dallas go after him? Somebody that might need a receiver now. But yeah, I like Cincy today.
What we were talking about at work is what I'm really hoping, because Odell says once he clears waivers, he wants to play for a contender. I hope to God the Lions take him with their waiver claim, and he has to go finish the season in Detroit because they need wide receivers desperately.
Yep.
And now that he just hit the market, they have all they have is Jared Goff on the team. They're not paying anybody else.
Right.
So they can afford his salary. And I would love to see him have to go to Detroit and finish out the year. It would be incredible. Just incredible.
I just don't see it. It would be funny, but again, you're on the hook for $7.5 million. So that does leave. And I don't know if you can negotiate that. I'm not too sure how that works.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a lot of money for somebody that you really don't want to keep.
Right. And the Ford family there in Detroit, they don't take risks. I mean, that's a Jerry Jones thing, right?
Yeah, but
I
Dan
can see
Campbell
Jones doing it.
He bites kneecaps. Dan Campbell likes kneecaps. He'll do
I mean,
crazy
he
stuff.
does.
Yeah, I don't
You
know.
know.
I mean, that family though, the ownership there, I don't see them. I could see the
Right.
Patriots taking a shot. I could see Dallas taking a shot. People that go after guys like that. The
Yeah.
Raiders also, but
Yeah,
no,
he's
I
a
don't see a
perfect
lot of
Raider
teams
fit.
lining
He
up.
really
Sure,
is. He's
sure.
Yeah,
nuts.
he would be.
No.
So, but I would just love to see that. I would love to see that take place, and the Diva have to go to Detroit and finish the year out there. It would be incredible.
Yeah.
So,
Tyrod, baby. 2 is out, and I
Two
don't
is
Two is
trust
out.
out.
Love.
Yeah.
yep.
And I don't trust Love.
But I wish you would have a better option out there than
But
those
those
three.
the only three you
I'll
got.
tell you what, Tyrod against Miami. Tyrod was putting up big numbers before he went down. So,
Yeah, he's
look
definitely
out
the
for
best of the three.
absolutely. Look out for Brandon Cooks today too. I
Yeah.
think Brandon Cooks, if you got him in your fantasy team or even DraftKings, he's 6,100 on DraftKings right now. In fact, I'm just building a team as we speak. I got him on it. I got him on it. Now I don't have Tyrod because it's a little scary, but I'm going with Derek Carr actually today against your G-men.
Podcast.
No, don't worry about that.
Um,
Because
yeah.
the
All right.
G-men.
So,
Yeah.
so let's,
Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I trust him that much.
So I'm gonna round it out with you guys, and we'll say it's a clean sweep for the Bengals to win this one and go 6-3, stay atop of the division. For the time being, we'll see what the Ravens can do, but yeah, I think what I'm curious to see, like we talked about, is how they respond. Is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, I think, is going to keep that Rookie of the Year run going strong. He'll put up some nice numbers today. And at least one touchdown, so force feed him into your lineups as well. Yeah, if you can. He's starting to get a little pricier, but he's still not that pricey. So definitely get him in because he's gonna get you. He's gonna get you 6. I mean, that's without he just does that week in and week out. So, and he has the potential to go very, very big. All right, next up, this should be a blowout. But Broncos traveling to Texas to take on the 6-1 Cowboys. Dallas 10-point favorites, 50 over under, and I don't think they're thinking the Broncos are going to do that. So, this game, we don't really have to get too deep into it because I have a feeling it's going to get ugly quickly. But what are your thoughts? Who do you like in this one, and what players do you like, and who's winning? Take it away, gentlemen. Take it away.
Okay, so I don't see Dallas losing, of course.
No.
How healthy is Dak? I don't think he'd be
Right.
out there unless he was 100% because they just won another one last week, without him. So, Denver may be tough at the beginning. I think Denver will put up a fight at the beginning, but in the end, Dallas will I think venture out well past that spread of 10 points. Von Miller just got traded, so he's gone. You don't have that guy leading the defense. So I think it's going to be tough for Denver. I do. And their offense is struggling. I know Judy came back last week. But just a lot of holes on that team. And if you got Melvin Gordon, sit him, I think, because they're going to be in a lot of passing situations. So but I get Dallas in a blowout. Even though they're in Denver.
Interesting. So yeah, I'm not. They were talking about Dak and they were showing him warming up, and he's saying he's not really concerned about the injury. I don't know. I mean, I obviously the kid won last week when he played for him, but I actually like the points. I like taking the points here. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, and maybe it's my hopes that Dallas falls apart here. But
right.
I think that Bridgewater with Judy can put up some points on Dallas, and they could run on Dallas. Yeah, I'm saying 10 points. I'm taking the points. I think it's gonna be closer than you guys think. I don't think Denver's gonna win the game, but I think they're gonna cover the spread.
Huh. Okay.
So we'll
All
see.
right. That's
you guys think a blowout? I don't think so. I think it's gonna be closer than that. I'm taking the points.
All right. I didn't expect that. I would go the exact opposite way, especially with them giving Von Miller away. I think that kind of just tells the team that they're done. So I'd be curious to see how much juice the team's even going to come out with, especially defensively, because you just told them you're giving up the season and starting to rebuild. So,
like the Seattle Mariners when they traded their closer and then they went on a run, right?
True. Didn't
Maybe
work
it's
out,
going to be
though.
like that.
Didn't work out.
They went on a run. Hey, they went on a run.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah. We'll see
The
on
rest
that
of the
one. But,
somebody's going to step up. Let's see.
yeah. So, well, somebody has to, but this
That's
Cowboys offense has been rolling, and like John said, with Dak healthy, man, that if he's playing, he's healthy,
Maybe,
right?
yeah,
So,
maybe.
give me a healthy dose of my boy CeeDee Lamb, and I expect this one to get out of control. So I think 14 plus.
CD was questionable, and so was Amari too.
Yeah,
They're both
CeeDee's-
playing.
They're both.
Yeah,
in, though.
they're both
Yep.
playing, but they're
Yep,
both,
they're both
you know,
playing.
are they both 100% no? So
Yeah.
True.
there's
Very
a
true.
bunch of question marks on that Dallas side.
There
Offense.
is. If the Broncos can get that run game going with Gordon and Javonte Williams and kind of control the tempo of the game, they can keep it close. But Teddy Bridgewater is not going to keep up with Dak in that offense if he's forced to. I don't see that one happening. So that's keys to victory for the Broncos is the running game, and Dak is the key to victory for the Cowboys, I think. All right,
And
so John,
wasn't Diggs banged up too for Dallas, or is he out? I thought he got hurt last week. Let me take a look real quick while you go on.
I'm not showing him on the injury list at all, or at least on the active inactive list. He's not even showing. All right, so we'll keep rolling while you look at that. John, this is one that I think you're going to be excited to talk about, and I'm surprised I'm saying this. The 1-7 Texans at the 1-7 Dolphins. Miami 4-point favorites.
What a bum
But it
fight.
seems like you like a lot of guys in this one.
I'll tell you what. I'll take the Texans -4. I think the Texans are going to win today. You know, you get no Tua, he's out. Miami just looks awful. Their defense looks awful. Heard today Baltimore was trying to get Xavier Howard during the trade deadline. Miami wouldn't give him up. You know, kind of surprising since they got two corners making about $15 million apiece, I think now.
Yeah.
But back to this game. You get Tyrod back. Tyrod looked good before he went out. You know, not too sure. I mean, I hate to say a classic bum fight, but I think it's going to be a classic bum fight, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
And I just like Houston winning this one. I do. I like Tyrod better than Brissett. Jacoby's showing that he's really, you know, he had a decent year in Indy, the 1 year he started. You know, not too sure. I mean, wide receivers, who do you got from Miami? You know, I mean, you got Waddle. They're going to run the same offense with Brissett. The offense just doesn't look the same with Brissett as it does with Tua. Not that they were winning with Tua, but Tua was putting up numbers. You know, Tua wasn't the reason why they were losing, I don't think. So I see Houston going into Miami and snatching a win from them this week.
Man.
Yeah. I mean,
My mind is trying to process this, but it's having a hard
I
time
know.
putting it together.
I know.
2 1-win teams, right, going against each other, and I'm with you. I think Houston wins here too, even though I think we put them down for 1 win in the preseason.
Yeah.
I think they might break that threshold.
I
and
think
get
they
win
may
number
too.
2. And I didn't think Miami was going to be this bad. That maybe they're going to be 1-7.
Yeah.
But there's a good chance that
No, they're going to be 1-8.
1-8.
If they
Even
lose
worse.
this one.
Even worse.
That's hard to believe, isn't it?
Texas. I'm going Texas.
I like it.
You know, I was on the fence on this one, but John, that was one compelling case. I'm on board, so we're probably all wrong on this one, right?
Probably.
So it's hard to bet. It's hard to bet on a bum fight because you never know who's hungrier, right? So
You never know what fight's gonna. Yeah.
right, but yeah, I mean, the Texans are probably better with Tyrod in there against Brissett. I mean, that's a better matchup, which is hard to even let those words come out of your mouth, but it is what it is. The Dolphins, yeah, they're just a mess. They really are. I mean, I like Waddle
Absolute mess.
every week. Nice play, big potential, and like we were talking about before this, especially for fantasy purposes, Mike Gesicki. The Texans are the worst against the tight end position this year. So if you're looking in a DraftKings or you're debating on a tight end for fantasy, the numbers are there, the stats are there to back it up. It's a good play. I don't know he does better with Tua than he does with Brissett. Tua has been looking for him a lot, but the stats back it up that he's a smart play this week. And I do like you said, Cook's on the other side. I think DraftKings does as well, because at 6,300, that's pretty expensive for a Texans
wide receiver.
So
Agreed.
So yeah, you're paying up a little bit, but the potential is there for that to be huge. So,
Yep.
but yeah, we're going Texans across the board. So this is going to be I'm
It's
definitely going to
frightening.
be.
It's a little frightening. I'm not
I'm
going to
be
lie.
checking in. And the other question, real quick, is what does this mean for the Dolphins if they go 1-8 and lose to the Texans?
Bad news.
So Flores, I think, is safe. I think they're going to go. Honestly, if they win 3 games this year, they're going to go all in for Watson if he clears his thing or whatever happens. I think the fact that Houston didn't trade him, that's pretty ballsy because if he goes to jail, they're losing everything now. So, but I think a lot of teams didn't want to give a lot up without that being known, and that's fine. But that's telling me that Houston is pretty confident that Watson's going to at least beat this thing and or settle out, and he'll be playing next year. And think about it. If everything clears by February, March, yeah, but there are no QBs coming out, Mark. That's the problem. I mean, there really isn't. I mean,
Right.
What quarterback besides the kid from Pitt are you really looking at, or USC? But back to Watson, I think they go all in on him.
He couldn't even handle handle Arizona State last night.
No. And thank God I almost put USC on my parlay.
Oh, yeah. That's another reason why I wanted the Jets to get a quarterback this year, because this class coming out, if Sam Darnold would have looked like he does this year, you're forced to take a quarterback, and now you're forced to take a quarterback you're stuck with for another couple years, and there's nothing great coming out this year. Even Spencer Rattler, I don't even know if he's draftable anymore.
He's benched.
Fallen off.
He's benched. Yeah. He splits time now. So
right. So he went from potentially the number 1 quarterback drafted to untouchable. So that tells you what this draft class is looking like. I mean, there's nothing. I feel bad for teams that are now in the position where they need a quarterback.
Yep.
That's not good. It's not good.
No,
so, all right. Falcon Saints. The Saints are a team that's really hard to figure out what's going on. I mean, now Jameis Winston's done, but he has been winning games without putting up substantial numbers, that even that in itself is hard to judge. Michael Thomas now done for the year, but they keep winning. They keep winning, and I don't exactly know how they're doing it. It's really hard to figure this one out because on paper I feel like the Falcons should win this one.
Yeah,
but everything else says the Saints have this. I mean, it's I don't know which way to go with this one. I like the talent on Atlanta better than the Saints, but the Saints defense is better than Atlanta's defense by far. Mm-hmm. So what do you think? Who do you like in this one?
So you get Simeon starting this week for New Orleans. He came in mop-up duty last week when Winston got hurt. It's too bad for Winston too. Mm-hmm. Again, you guys remember I was hoping he was going to be a Patriot last year.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen. Pounded the table. Get Jameis Winston, and he came out and played well. They were winning with him. But that team's winning on D anyways. I don't know how. They just keep winning. Well, they 5-2 now. They're beating teams. I mean, they beat Tampa. You know what I mean? It's just insane. So it's like, what
with a backup quarterback?
With a backup quarterback. So I think coming off that, I originally wanted to Atlanta when Winston first got hurt. And then the more I thought about it, this is just a New Orleans team that's playing at home. So that's tough as it is. It's going to be loud. And Atlanta just lost to Carolina. So, they scored 6 points against the Panthers or whatever it was. So, just kind of going off what's going on lately, I'm going to go New Orleans because I do think they rally around Simeon. I think you're going to see a lot of Alvin Kamara, even more than before. Mm-hmm. It does hurt. Thomas isn't going to play, and I drafted him on 2 of my fantasy leagues and put him on the IR because I thought I was going to have him for a playoff run.
Smart,
but I'm not going to have him for a playoff run because I'm not going to be in the playoffs in those leagues anyway. So it kind of worked out perfect. But I'm going New Orleans. I don't know what the spread is. I think it'll be rather close, but
5.5 it was.
It is 6.5 now, New Orleans.
So I don't know if I'd go that much, only because the backup quarterback. But I say if I was betting the money line, I would take New Orleans straight up. It's up second.
So So yeah,
What's
another game I think that everything you guys just said I agree with. I do think it is surprising what New Orleans is doing, but I think Atlanta covers the spread here. I think Atlanta, and this is a team like the Vikings for me. I can't on paper they always look like
right.
they got it, then they don't
Yeah,
got it. I
that's
mean,
a
you look at
great-
Matt Ryan and his
great analogy.
experience,
It really
right?
is, yeah.
He's got Pitts, he's got Gage, whatever he can use. Ridley obviously is out, but you have to think one of these weeks Atlanta is going to figure out what to do and how to play again, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get they're in New Orleans, and New Orleans defense has been playing better, but I think New Orleans wins the game, which is unbelievable with a backup over Ryan. But I think they cover the spread. I think it's a closer game. I think it probably goes down to last possession, maybe a field goal wins the game. But I think Saints win, Atlanta covers.
No, that's kind of perfectly said right there too.
Yeah. No, very well put. I still actually let me take. I want to see which way I picked this because I don't even remember now. So let me pull it up because everything inside me is saying Atlanta, but the Saints keep making me pick wrong.
Yes.
So, which way I did go with the Falcons? Only 12% of America went with the Falcons. So. I guess I'll hold strong and stick with the Falcons, but really for no good reason. So, literally flipped a coin and I'm on the 12% of America side. So, not the best coin flip I've had in my life. All right, so let's keep rolling. Here we go, Jim. It's time for you. Bottom of the hour, Raiders traveling to the Meadowlands, the home of the Jets, to take on the Giants. The 2-6 Giants against the 5-2 Raiders.
Home of the Jets.
The home of the Jets to take on the Giants. Vegas 3-point favorites in this one, a 46.5 over under. Tickets as low as $41 if you want to jump in the car and shoot over there real quick.
Yeah,
you can see get a little Derek Carr, Darren Waller action going on there. So. Yeah, why don't you take it away and break this one down for us?
So right. So Vegas comes in, so the bad thing is Barkley's still out, Shepard's out, Ross is questionable, Galladay's questionable. So again, we got guys up and down the lineup that are beat up. Obviously you saw in the news what happened with Ruggs from the Raiders, so they're down a guy as well. Which is you hate to see what happens, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you hate to see that guy on video flying 150 something miles an hour.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And throwing your life away? But inactive Shepard, Barkley, Ebner, Carter, and Jimenez. So I really, you're going to be surprised at this. I think really want to see the Giants win this game.
No way.
So what is it? Giants +3, right? That was the last line I saw.
Yeah.
Giants +3. Barkley's out. Galladay. Actually, Galladay looks like he's in now. I don't see any, not even a Q next to him here.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm thinking about what they did last week and how they held the Chiefs. They gave them all they can handle, right? They held them to 20 points. Should have beat the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are better than the Raiders. Giants are playing with basically the same guys, except it looks like they have Galladay back. I think Giants win. Giants win at home against the Raiders. Come on, let me hear otherwise. Go the other way because I like when you guys go the other way.
Joe, can I go next?
Yeah,
go next.
Please.
Can I
go
please
next.
go next?
Go next.
I will allow John. I will allow John to retort.
So allow me to retort.
Go against me. Go against it.
Oh, I'm going to go against you. So I the Raiders have had some of the most turmoil in a season that any team can honestly have. Right. First, they lose their coach. And wait a minute, where's that question? I would go Renfro over Kenny G. That's just what I would say. Mm-hmm. So anyways,
coach.
Yep, times two. And Alex, I get it. You hope he's right because your Chargers are hurting. So let's get back to the game. So they've lost their coach. They just lost their wide receiver to a horrific accident. But they're still a good team. They're playing very, very good football. The Giants okay, yeah, they gave the Chiefs all they could handle. To me, the Chiefs suck this year. They just do. Their O line is terrible, and I've said this all along. The Giants have a good D. They're just not playing well at times.
Mhm.
But their offense is what concerns me in this game. The Raiders have a good running game. They got a two-headed monster with Jacobs and Drake. They got Hunter Renfrow. They got Darren Waller. Will Darren Waller ever surface? I don't know. This is his time too.
Yeah.
I kept him in my keeper league, and he hasn't done shit since week 2.
Right,
So yeah, I'm a little
disappeared.
pissed
What
off.
happened to that guy? What happened?
I don't
to him?
know. I don't know.
Same with Kelsey.
Same with Kelsey. Yes.
The big tight ends are just disappearing.
So I traded Kelsey the other day. But anyways, but I will say I think the Raiders win this one. A lot of times I don't like the West Coast to East Coast traveling. I think it's going to be very close. What's the spread? 3, you said?
3.
Especially the 1:00 game with the time zone.
Yes, with an hour difference.
Well, that gave them an extra hour of sleep.
It gave them an extra hour of sleep, but still, it still jacks you all
mental.
up.
It's mental.
I think I've proven that wrong, though. That theory no longer holds water.
That's right.
We have talked about that a lot this year because Joe initiated it last year.
Yeah.
I get it. I still think it's a thing. I just don't think it's causing wins and losses.
Yeah.
I say the Raiders like a 22-21 game. It's going to be tight. The Giants D is going to keep it close, but I think in the end they get a safety in the end zone on Daniel Jones and they win 22-21.
Come on. What's the
What a prediction.
You better put that bet in now because that
I
was
should.
I bet that one's worth 125,000.
At least 125,000.
Right,
But I just think the Raiders have too much. And Derek Carr looks really friggin' good this year. He does. He's playing really well considering.
Yeah. So to me, we just talked about the Saints. The Giants are like the Saints of the NFC East. You can't figure them out.
Good
Like,
point.
they come out against Carolina, and yes, Carolina didn't have CMC, but God, I hate when videos start playing in here and I can't hear anything.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
hate that.
Isn't that great? Yeah.
So this team is hard to. I mean, even without Christian McCaffrey, they still blew them out. So it's weird. They're 2 wins. Yeah, they're a 2-win team, unlike the Saints, who are a 2-loss team. But when they win a game, you didn't see it coming. So this could be one of those games that you just don't see coming. Is the Ruggs distraction enough to throw this team off? I don't know. Do the Giants have enough talent to keep up with them? I don't know. Sometimes they look great. Other times they're gone. So I'm going to play the safe one here and take the Raiders. I mean, 3 points. I don't think Vegas even knows which way to go with this one because 3 points for these two teams look completely different. So, but Vegas is probably taken into the Ruggs consideration. Like Alex said, a very resilient team. Even last week with that win after Gruden got canned. I mean, they're still winning. I thought that the coaching change was going to derail this team, and it didn't. It seemed to have brought them closer together. So we'll see if Ruggs has that effect. But I'm going to take the Raiders here as well with the 3 points because it's just, I don't know, just seems safer.
All right.
Seems
the
safer,
good thing for me is you're usually wrong. So, or at least unlucky, maybe.
Oh man, I love it.
How about unlucky?
Jim's like,
tell
F you guys.
60% of the time, I'm wrong every time. So.
That's right. That's right.
And like Second said, I said the Jets were going to cover the spread, and the opposite happened. So
And what happened? Oh, yeah,
it's
good.
it's
Okay.
football. Nobody. You know what though? To be fair, they almost covered the spread. I don't know if you guys probably didn't watch the game to the end, but they were in the red zone, and a tipped pass interception stopped them from scoring a touchdown that would have covered the spread. It was all garbage time.
They were playing prevent
Come on,
defense
right.
for 2.5 quarters. So
Actually, they were playing. They were not playing prevent. They were playing zone the whole time. But they almost covered, but it was an ugly game. It would have been like a statistical coverage, but not an actual. It was never that close. So it was like 42-10 going into the halfway through the third quarter. It was disgusting. So definitely wrong on that one. So I don't know. Do we have any other questions? I bet Jones goes for running slips again.
Yeah, he's gonna have to run a little bit and not lead with his helmet either.
Alex
And the fact that he's the leading rusher still is very, very concerning.
Right.
Yep.
Did you do the Pats game?
That's actually perfect transition to the Patriots and Panthers.
Oh,
2 4-4 teams. Patriots have to travel all the way down to muggy
South,
Carolina.
Yeah, they got to go south.
So that's God, this is pissing me off. God.
Videos.
I don't know why this same video keeps playing over and over and over again. Panthers, Patriots, Panthers. New England's 3-point favorites. Darnold and McCaffrey are in this one, so we'll see what McCaffrey has. I'm sure he's going to be on a snap count on this one. There's no way they're just going to let him run wild out the gate, right? I can't see that happening.
Or that's what they say.
True. Trying to adjust Bill's plans. I don't know.
Right.
I think it's probably more of the latter though, forcing him to adjust for Christian McCaffrey, and he's not going to see too much of Christian McCaffrey. But
probably,
Bill likes to take that number one weapon away, and what's a better weapon than Christian McCaffrey? So you force the defense to prepare for McCaffrey, and then he gets 2 carries in the game, and you win. So
yeah.
I don't know. We'll see how that goes. See if Sam Darnold can exorcise the demons, so to speak, with the ghosts in New England. But what do you think, John? Take it. Let us know how this one goes, and then we will allow Jim to retort.
So I like this game a whole lot better when McCaffrey wasn't playing. I'm not going to lie. They're a much different team when McCaffrey's playing. I think we'll see more of them than less, to be quite honest. They're talking 30 to 40 snaps.
That's
but I think
too much.
But I think it depends how he feels too. You know what I mean? If he feels good, I mean he's obviously running well. So I don't know.
Yep.
If I get Christian McCaffrey and we're 4-4 and we need to win because they do need to win, I'm playing him because I mean, okay, if he gets hurt again, he gets hurt again. I mean, he's probably going to get hurt again before the year's up anyway. So I hate to say it like that.
That's what he does.
But, I mean, it's just been a pattern with him. But if you get him in fantasy, you have to play him. That's the worst part. I get him in 2 of my leagues, and I have to play him. So back to this game. Again, I liked it a whole lot better when McCaffrey wasn't playing. I'm kind of glad Darnold's playing, to be quite honest. Because not knowing what P.J. Moore can do, that's a joke, by the way. I wish P.J. Moore was playing. But I think New England's D is better than Carolina's offense. I like how Mac Jones is playing right now. He's getting better week to week. Very high completion percentage. I think he's hovering above the 70s right now. So it's a typical Pats offense. Stephon Gilmore return. Going to be kind of sad to see him playing opposite of us for the first time against us anyways. So that's going to be a little sad. And I hope Darnold does not go that way. Not Darnold. Mac Jones. I hope he doesn't go that way because that will be problems. Don't go against the guy. He knows our offense.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. How much does him knowing the offense adjust this game? Because he's been coaching up the defense this week on what to look for, how to play it. He knows the strengths and weaknesses of this current offense.
Yeah. So I thought about that, Joe, and I go back to what you've been saying for the last 20 years. We've run the same offense for 22 years. Somehow nobody can stop it. So they already know the offense. They know what plays are going to run which routes. I think you'll see a lot of Hunter Henry this game and Bourne. Look out for Bourne and Henry today, I think. Stop with the Bills defense. We're taking the Bills at home, by the way, in New England. So, but anyways, I see the Pats winning a nail biter here. I think it's going to be a lot closer, especially with McCaffrey back. I seen Mark put DJ Moore goes off. That potentially could be because now you got to have the linebackers staying home for a little bit. So we'll see. But I think the Patriots win by probably 3-ish, 6-ish, somewhere around there. 28-24, somewhere around
can't
there.
Stay still.
I think. That's what I think.
No. Well, So I agree with a lot of that. I think New England wins the game. I think it's a tight game. I think it's a low scoring game. I'm thinking more like 20-17. I think it's
Could
gonna be
be.
a battle of the defenses. And I don't think McCaffrey plays the whole game. I think you have to protect him. His history of going down time after time is just it's too much to ignore. So I think you have to protect him from himself and pull him out of it. You can't just play him 50 plays. You can't do it, and you don't want to have him blow out his hamstring again and be out for another 6 weeks. So
Right.
I think it's a tight game. I think the Pats win. But yeah, I'm saying 3 points. I'm saying 2017 Pats.
All right. Man. Yeah, this is tough. This is again. I don't like this week at all. I mean, this is one of those games that the Patriots go down and they could blow out, kind of like we saw with was it San Diego with the Chargers last year. I don't know if that was in San Diego. That wasn't in San Diego. I was in LA then, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, handled them very easily, which I didn't see coming. Christian McCaffrey is going to be a big part of this outcome, I believe. But I also think Stephon Gilmore knows how to beat this defense. He's going to coach the defense up to teach them how to play against this offense. And like you said, will this be the first defense that actually stops the Patriots offense? I don't know. If they take the short game away from Mac Jones, can he go deep? I don't know. We haven't seen it. Like he's got a 72% completion percentage, I think, this year or something like that. But I don't know if he has to start throwing 15, 20 yards downfield, what does that do? Can he sustain that? I don't know, because when he gets pressured, you see him, he makes that face like a little girl that's about to get hit and goes down. Go look at some of the pictures of him about to get sacked. They're hilarious. Hilarious.
Eric Simon, what's up, brother? From Japan.
Yeah, what's up?
Wow, nice.
From Japan.
I don't know. Is it late or early?
What time is it there?
It's
Is he having
Sunday
dinner now?
night. It's Sunday night there.
Oh, the games are
Sunday
over.
night.
The games are over already.
They already happened. The Ravens win. We don't even have to talk about that game.
Tell us who won.
Yeah, man. Do the Pats win? And if I could get the score, it's kind of like Back to the Future when they get the
sports
almanac. Yeah, and Biff wins his millions.
Yeah.
The Cubs win.
Cubs win. 2:45 Monday morning. Yes.
Wow.
Thanks for jumping on, buddy.
Eric, I remember those days being over there, man. It was tough watching football. Very tough watching football over there.
All right. Well, let's keep rolling here. We've got 15 minutes. Bills at Jaguars. Mark's been waiting for this one here. So we'll see what the Bills can do against the dreaded Trevor Lawrence, right?
14.5, right?
The
14.5 points?
The dread Trevor Lawrence.
What's
the dread
the
Pirate
weather?
Roberts? Anybody? No?
Wait.
No.
Yeah, so they have to travel all the way down to sunny Florida. Is that going to mess with the Bills at all? Is it starting to get cold up in Buffalo yet? I'm not
So Jacksonville it's only 59 degrees right now.
Oh,
That's
it's
about
just
what it
playing
is
into
here.
the Bills. Just playing into the Bills' favor.
Wow, it's actually very cool down there right now. Okay.
I've seen they had like a little cold front going through Florida. People are complaining because it's in the 50s and they're freezing to death. Like, shut up.
Be nice.
14.5 favorites, over under 48. Do you expect any game here at all? Anything?
No,
competition-wise?
not at all.
No.
If it wouldn't surprise me if the score is 49-3.
Right.
And then
I was
maybe
going to say 31-3. That's pretty good.
I would say 49-3, and then Jacksonville gets a couple of garbage touchdowns. But man, Buffalo's a great team. They're playing well. And Jacksonville just isn't. They're playing better. They're playing better, but I just don't see him giving them a chance at all.
Especially without their running backs. Either running back this week.
Yeah.
Obviously
now
ETN,
Robinson is out.
ETN was lost for the year, but so now they have, I think, Carlos Hyde, I believe, is the starter this week, which is terrible.
I didn't even know he was still in the league.
I didn't know either. I had to look it up to see their depth chart behind. That's bad. That's really, really bad. So quickly. I think 38-14 final score here. Go big.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
mean,
surprised if we see who is it, Jake Fromm up there in Buffalo come in for some mop up duty somewhere in the early fourth quarter of this game. So let the youngin get some experience. So yeah, it's going to be a quick blowout, so quick that Mark doesn't even have anything to say before we move on.
So is there any chance, Mark, this is a trap game and they're looking ahead to the Jets? What do you think? Is there any possibility of that?
Oh,
They got the Jets next week.
Looking ahead to the Jets.
Wait, who do they
Jim,
play the week after?
That is awesome, Jim.
They
That
might
is
be looking.
awesome.
They might be looking 2 weeks ahead.
Oh yeah,
I don't
mean,
know. I don't know
I
who's
would.
next up on the slate,
Colts.
but
The Colts.
they might be looking at the Colts and trying to figure out how you stop Jonathan Taylor, and then they lose 2 in a row as they're prepping for Jonathan Taylor. That's what's going to happen. Double losses to the Jags and the Jets, and then they shut down Jonathan Taylor and the Colts.
That's
Sweeping
That's
the East.
insane.
Yeah.
Probably.
Bills
Probably.
sweeping the East. Not
At least-
never. I don't know if that's ever been done. Has it? I mean, I'm willing to bet the Patriots had to have done it in their
Oh, I'm
20-year
sure.
run.
Well, obviously they had a
They did it
perfect
in the-
regular season, so
That's
Right. So
So,
true.
yeah, they-
True. So Os. Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think if anybody else has.
Maybe the 72 Dolphins.
Last year, was it really last year?
yeah, I know the Jets didn't beat them. So
I know the Pats didn't. They should have.
yeah.
Except Cam Newton fumbled the ball.
good old Cam, great Cam.
But anyways,
all right,
not this year, Mark. Pats are coming for you.
And Cam's still not signed,
nope.
right? All of these teams got backup quarterbacks in, and Cam's still hung.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. So Vikings at Ravens. Now I believe
So
somebody
Eric's a Ravens fan.
Eric already told us
big
the
time.
Ravens are going to win. So
Big time.
so that one's over. He's already seen that in Japan. So
Oh, he knows the score. That's right.
yeah. So I just went and dropped 10 grand on the Ravens. So thank you very much for that. No, but yeah, this one it should be the Ravens, right? I mean, Jim, I know you hate the Vikings and trying to
Right.
pick the Vikings each and every week, but
And I'm gonna do it again.
yeah, they're not at home. They are
Spoiler
traveling to
alert.
Baltimore. They're 5-2 against the 3-4 Vikings. Baltimore 7-point favorites, but they do see a 50.5 point over under in this game. I don't see it being that high. I mean, Dalvin Cook has not been blowing anybody's doors off.
No, he's been hurt. He's been hurt. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
he's ginger. Kirk Cousins just sucks, basically.
Yep.
They've got, like you said, they've got great receivers there, and they can't do anything with them. Like,
It doesn't make any sense.
you got Thielen, you've got Justin Jefferson, you've got Cook, and you're not putting up points. You're a 3-4 team. I don't understand that
No.
at all. And yeah, I think Harrison Smith is hurt as well on the defense. So this Ravens team should, I mean, if Lamar keeps doing what he's been doing, the running game is non-existent, but I don't know. I mean, the Ravens at home, that's a hard game to win. But I want to hear your conundrum here.
I don't have one. I think Baltimore's gonna whip up on them. Minnesota has a great team on paper, and they just never are able to do anything. Baltimore at home, big, even though another one of their running backs are out. I think Latavius Murray's out for the game, so you'll probably see some Devontae Freeman or Lamar Jackson. If you got Lamar Jackson on your team, you should be starting him anyways. But I mean, put him in fantasy. I think he's going to get a lot of rushing yards, especially against this D. Minnesota's D's weak. Big win by Baltimore, I think, today.
So right, Latavius Murray's out. Maybe Le'Veon Bell gets some 2-yard carries for the touchdown. But
Yeah, good.
Watkins is out. I mean, they are a banged up team. Baltimore is, and I hate the Vikings and I hate Cousins, but I look at that team just like I look at Atlanta, and I think, if you could stop Lamar from running, I think you can, and you key on him when he's doing the
Scrambling.
yeah, no, the
Yeah, you know that thing.
yeah, the thing. the thing that he always does. Oh my god. The
running,
not play
passing?
action. Jesus. The
RPO.
yes, thank you. Holy cow. Come on, John.
I never wanted to say that.
If they could key on him and hold him there, I think Minnesota. So what was it? 5? What was the Minnesota game here? 5.5.
This is negative. They're 7.
They're up to 7 now.
Baltimore
Well,
7.
It opened at 5.5, so 1.5 the other way. So that tells me the Ravens definitely won. That tells me the Ravens win because if they jumped another 1.5.
Yeah.
But again, when I do that, then Minnesota scores 40 because they do the opposite of whatever I do with them. So,
yeah. All right.
God.
So you're going with who you got? Who do you got?
I'm going to go opposite you two. I'm going Minnesota again.
You going
Minnesota again.
Wow.
Yes. One of these weeks, they're going to figure it out.
One of these weeks.
One of these weeks, they're going to do it.
They will. You're right. One of these. It won't be this week, though.
They have too many weapons to not be putting points up. And then you look and it's third quarter and they got 10. And it's a fourth quarter, 13. Come on.
It's Cousins. It's Cousins.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But Cousins will get another contract and he'll make another $150 million. The guy has the best agent in the history of sports besides Bobby Bonillas.
It's true. This is all true. So unless they're one and the same, I don't even know.
They could be the same.
Or maybe he came from the Bobby Bonilla agent coaching tree.
Right.
He's like a Bill Belichick disciple, but he actually it's Andy Reid disciple, right? Andy Reid disciples are good. Belichick disciples are terrible. All right, so I'm just gonna make it simple. Ravens, easy in this one. And like they said on Friday, you've seen Friday Night Lights, I'm assuming, right?
Absolutely.
You want to win? Put Booby in. I mean that's Lamar. Just let me spin, coach. Let Booby spin.
Mm-hmm.
That's Lamar Jackson just spinning, juking, diving downfield. I mean, he's insane to watch. That pocket collapses. There's 13 guys around him, and he's just spinning in circles, weaving through everybody, and picks up 7 yards. You're like, that's not human. It's video game-ish. But all right, we'll see if Alex is still here because he's going to have something to say about the Chargers and the Eagles. So they can't handle the Patriots last week traveling home. They're traveling to them. Now they have to travel to the East Coast to take on the Eagles in the afternoon slate. So at least they don't have to wake up early, which is nice of them. But 4-3 against 3-5. The line is even. It's the first even line I've seen this year. And
Which
a 49 Chargers Eagles.
At Philly.
Oh, it went down from 1.5. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's an even line now. And 49.5 over under. So the Chargers are another team. And hopefully Alex is in here. I'm sure he's got a lot of frustration after last week. There he is.
The Eagles are going down. Right to the point. Okay.
Because they have a kicker. So that doesn't give me much confidence that you're going to win the game if we're relying on the kicker.
No.
This game shouldn't be close. The Chargers should be able. The Chargers are my Vikings. Like, I feel like the Chargers should win almost every game with Eckler, with Herbert, with Allen, with Williams, and they don't win games. I don't understand it. So, I'm kind of like you. The Eagles win when they're not supposed to. The Chargers lose when they're not supposed to. So, what happens in this game?
I'm going Chargers. I think they're going to bounce back. Hurts still doesn't look the part yet, but then again, he is a rookie quarterback. So, doesn't have a whole lot of options. Smith just isn't playing well. You mentioned Dallas Goedert earlier for fantasy. I would definitely take him for fantasy. A play this week. But I think the Chargers are going to come back, like Alex said. I think they'll have a rough first half, and then they'll pick it up in the second half. And Joe, with about 4 minutes left, if you don't mind.
At the clock.
Yeah, same here. I'm going to give a quick rundown of the rest of the games, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I'm going Chiefs over Packers because without Aaron Rodgers, they can't beat the Chiefs. I'm going 49ers over the Cardinals because if Kyler Murray doesn't play, that I may change that, but it's looking right now. Kyler Murray is not playing, so I would take San Francisco at home. Rams over the Titans, especially without Derrick Henry. I think the Rams are going to put up about 47 again this week. Yeah. And, of course, Monday Night Football. Chicago at Pittsburgh. I think it's going to be a lot closer than we think. because of Chicago's D, and that's if Khalil Mack plays. If he doesn't, I like the Steelers winning big.
Okay.
Wow. Actually, I'm with you right there. San Fran, absolutely. KC, absolutely. I got Pittsburgh for Monday night, and what was the fourth game?
Rams versus Titans.
Yeah, with Henry out, Rams, absolutely. Yeah. So I think those games are, Joe, you're probably on the same page there now.
I'm just going to flip and stick with my Cardinals playing better than the 49ers overall. So
without DeAndre and Murray.
Well, they got the ageless Colt McCoy, Jim, so you got to look out there.
They do. They're running. Arizona's running game seems better. Deebo Samuel is very questionable, and they don't know how long he's going to be able to play. And without him, they hate Brandon Ayuk for some reason. Kittle's coming back from IR, but I don't know how much he's going to play. So there's nothing on the offense that really excites me for San Francisco. Cardinals defense and 49ers defense are about equal. So yeah, I'm going to still give it to the Cardinals because I think their running game's better, and I think the wide receivers that they have, at least they like better than Brandon Ayuk. So I'll go with the Cardinals again to rebound after that tough loss. Rams should blow the doors off of the Titans at home. And yeah, the Steelers, unfortunately, should beat the Bears, but that's another one that would not surprise me if the Bears win.
Right.
Because the Steelers are another team that they're an enigma.
You don't know, right?
We'll see how that one plays out Monday night. But yeah, all right. So we'll be back for a recap on the other side of these games. We'll see what happens. In the meantime, best of luck to your teams. Best of luck in fantasy. Hopefully you guys all crush it. And if you win some DFS money off of any of this, let us know because I'd love to hear it. So until we see you guys on the other side, for John, for Jim, I'm Joe. We'll see you guys later. And where's my end button?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It starts with an E.